It was yet another day of being an absolute menace in the Roblox Squid Games. The game began and I quickly bolted past the other players to the finish line, but a player was suddenly flung to the front and passed me in an instant. During red light, a purple man decided to stand right beside me and I didn't like that one bit. So I thrusted him to the ground, making him eat a hurdle of lead, and started dancing like a complete Chad. My dilly-dallying had caused me to get shot, but a chill guy carried me to the end and spun me around like a ballerina. I then went back to my delinquent activities and pushed an entire group of players into the killing fields. But I then spotted my previous op, Shiloh, so I instantly kicked her to the ground and hit her with that good old pocket sand and went back to getting other players eliminated. Winning the game was too easy, so I danced around and attracted a flock of players. I then went over to take my picture, and like always, I mogged all the other players. It was now time for the Dalgona game, and even though you can't see it, I had gotten the triangle cookie and easily decimated it with my good old lighter. After I was done, I went on to check on my op, and noticed that she had gotten the goddamn Mona Lisa, and watched her attempt to clear it as she was getting thrusted back and forth by another player. Lunchtime, and I pushed all the other skellywags out of my way since I was going to get my damn food before anyone else. I then started my ritual dance as I got ready for the hunt, and then went on to eliminate a player named Rose. She will be missed. But the hunter suddenly became the hunted, so I had to spend the rest of the game running away from these hooligans. The next game selection began, and I obviously chose my favorite game, hide and seek. Even though I was player 100, I knew that this time I would become a seeker, and luckily my God-given luck activated right on time. The hunt for the damn players began, and I managed to find a player opening a door. I then started stabbing the life out of him, but the scoundrel managed to get away from me. I followed right after, and cornered him into a wall with another player. We then both began to gut him alive, but after we were done, none of us had gotten the kill. I then went looking for my next prey and found a damsel in distress getting hunted by the Reds, so I decided to pursue her and began my assassination, eliminating her then and there. But I still wasn't satisfied and began looking for more players to take out of the game. But even after looking everywhere, I couldn't find a single blue one. Glass Bridge began, and like I've mentioned before, this was my domain. I was the first one on the panels, but the other players were somewhat skeptical to follow after me. I then spotted a yellow-looking fellow who flung 2 other players into the abyss. That was a big no-no for me, and decided to make him go meet his ancestor along with 2 other players. Intermission time, and it was only me and my buddies Lean and Asher and a random chap named Honey. It was 3-on-1, and I told her she was cooked. But Asher had betrayed me and told the other 2 ladies to eliminate me instead. I was confused, and he replied saying that it was because I kept betraying them only because I had choked him to death in Mingle once or twice. He had successfully convinced them to go against me, but I wasn't going down without a fight. The first round started and talk about betrayal. Asher had done killed Honey in cold blood and even eliminated me in the next round. I just laid there on the floor, as Lean committed some unspeakable acts unto my rotting corpse. Maybe we weren't humans or horses, but filthy goblins. Anyways, if you want to play Squid Games, join the Discord in bio.